Welcome. So today we're going to be doing a Metroid 1 style run of Super Metroid. This is not necessarily going to be a speed run, but I'm going to be going fairly quickly. The goal here is to only use weapons from the original Metroid, Metroid 1. That means the wave beam, the ice beam, and missiles, pretty much. No super missiles, no plasma, no double plasma. Not even the Spazer beam, just ice beam, wave beam, and regular missiles. So say bye to the plasma beam now, because this is the last time you're going to see it. Let's see. Bum-ba-da-bum. I'm going to reset this. Start a new game. I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to use the charge beam or not. The problem is that I kind of have to use the charge beam to get past a number of the bosses in this game. So yeah, charge beam is probably going to happen. I will be using items like the screw attack and the speed booster because, like I said before, I mean, there are different weapons that you have to use to get through the game. There are different items that you have to use to get through the game, so on and so forth. Let me just make sure this is off. Good, good. Moonwalk. I never used the moonwalk. It once caused me to lose halfway through the game when I hadn't saved it all, and I have not used it since. I've got Xander here with me, my loyal cat,
captivity.
and
The galaxy
you want to say hello?
is at peace.
Hmm? Yeah, he's sitting like right next to me. I wish you could see him. You want to say hello? Hold on. Here, say hello. Alright, now that we've said hello to Xander. So yeah, here's a shot from Metroid 1. A shot from the original game of Samus using, guess what, missiles against the Mother Brain, which is exactly what I'm going to have to do, because I'm not allowed to use super missiles. This also means that I'm going to have to go out of my way to collect as many regular missiles as I can, and probably as many energy tanks as I can too, because this is not going to be easy. Especially the later fights, because those later fights you're expected to have the plasma beam, and even the earlier fights you're expected to have the Spazer beam, and I'm not going to have either of those. So I hope the wave beam is at least somewhat powerful, otherwise I'm going to have a real tough time with this. But it's an idea I came up with. It sounded like an interesting thing to do when I thought about it, so here we are. Here's Samus in her Metroid 1 armor as well. You can see from the shoulders, they're not round like they are later on. A little fun fact. So yeah, I'm just mulling over whether or not to use the charge beam, and I think that I'll have to use the charge beam just to be able to get past the bosses. But regardless, it's a Metroid 1 run plus the charge beam, speed boosters, space ball, space jump, whatever it's called. Yeah, just Metroid 1 weapons, though, for the most part. And I think this game will be pretty interesting, only having two particular beams to use. I can switch between those two beams if I want to, but I can only use those two beams. I believe there's one room in the entire game that you have to use the plasma beam for. And that one room, I will use the plasma beam, but that's it. And it's just to open a door, basically. So yeah, I'll do things like that when I'm forced to, but the rest of the time, just wave and ice. Oh, and no combining beams either. I know that it's popular to combine beams in Super Metroid. You can pretty much combine all of them. But I'm not going to be doing any of that in this run. Also, this should be interesting for people that have only played the game, once or twice, and have only seen like the Spazer beam, because the ice beam and the wave beam by themselves, if they're not combined with the Spazer beam, look completely different. They look like they do in the first two Metroid games. Problem is, and I've mentioned this in past playthroughs, you get the Spazer beam before you get those two beams, even even though it's like more powerful, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But what that does is it combines the Spazer beam with the ice beam and the wave beam. And you never really get to see them in their kind of default original state because you've got the Spazer beam fused with them the entire time. It's kind of like if Dragon Ball Z just began with Vegito and you never actually got to meet Vegeta before that. You would only know him as Vegito. That'd be kind of weird. Well, that's what happens in this game with the beams. And it's actually the one thing about Super Metroid that I don't like. Like the one design flaw that I would change myself. You know, if you can call it a design flaw, I don't know. Maybe it's not. But it is definitely the one thing that I would change about this game. Just because the, I don't want to say the lesser beams, but like the earlier beams just do not have a chance to shine, unfortunately. Alright, hopefully I set up the audio for this. I mean, it's been a little while since I recorded anything like this, so my voice might be too loud, it might be too low. I tested it a couple times, seemed to be getting a lot of feedback, having one technical difficulty after another tonight, but I don't want to get into that. I'm just going to hope that this is working right. And, yeah. Before I get started, though, I have to change the button configuration. Not sure what happened, but apparently I did not set the jump button correctly. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, I changed the shot button, but not the jump button. So that's actually another kind of sort of flaw about this game, is that the default for shot is actually X. So X for shot, A for jump. It's kind of awkward because it's different from pretty much every other game from this era. So I always change shot to Y and jump to B. And yeah, dash is A, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. Much better this way. Honestly, I can't even play it in the default setting. I think the only time I've played this with default buttons was like the very first time I played it back in '94. And ever since then, always change the buttons. Alright, we are off and running. It's not going to be a speed run, like I said, but I'm going to go pretty fast nonetheless. I'm going to treat it like a speed run, basically. I'm going to act like I'm doing a speed run. But there are going to be parts where I go out of my way to get items if I think that I might need them. Especially, say, energy tanks and missiles. And basically just going to use my discretion to make sure I have enough missiles and energy tanks to get through that last room before Mother Brain. Need like 100 missiles for that. Probably gonna need 7 energy tanks for Ridley at least. It's gonna be a tough fight without any advanced beams, to say the least. Anyway, I've learned a couple new tricks since the last time I played this game, and I'm going to try them out. The cool thing about Metroid, or Super Metroid anyway, I guess the other Metroids as well, but mainly Super Metroid, is that there's always something new to learn with this game. Like, I'm still finding out new things about this game that I didn't know. Let's see. Yeah, the latest trick I learned for Super Metroid is that you can actually speed boost while in ball form. You have to, like, trick the game, though, but it's possible. Yep. This is the kind of game that if you want to spend the time mastering it, you could spend literally years upon years playing this game and finding new things in it. Let's see. What's up, buddy? Cat's gotta go out. Okay. Get on this elevator. There we go. So far, I'm playing very poorly. Part of that is that I'm kind of distracted at the moment. Part of it is that I'm playing on a Wii with the Wii Classic controller, which has a tiny bit of input lag. And part of it is that I'm just very out of practice. I should have maybe done a practice run before I started recording, but I didn't think it was necessary. Besides that, I spent a good half an hour to 40 minutes just trying to get things to work right so I could record. And at that point, I just wanted to get started. I was out of energy, had a little bit of a headache. But like I said, I don't want to get into that stuff. We're here to talk about Metroid. Oh man, these space pirates have such a cool design. Really, really creative. It's kind of odd that they have these big claw hands though, because it kind of prevents them from holding any kind of weapons. But I guess it doesn't matter if they can shoot lasers out of their eyes. Oh, can I get up there before this guy gets to me? Oh no, he got me. Darn it. That guy always gets me. That little guy that goes back and forth right there always gets me. So far it's pretty much a normal playthrough. It's going to continue to be a normal playthrough right up until around when I would get the Spazer beam, because I will be skipping it, and then I'll be fighting Kraid with just the regular beam and missiles. So that's about when it's going to start being different. That's a good, I don't know, 10 minutes away. 5 minutes if I do my job, but we'll see. You know what am I doing? I should just shoot missiles against this guy. It's pretty creepy the way his head falls off like that. He keeps fighting. Just practicing my wall jumps. There we go. Boom. Alright, I'm getting the hang of this. I know the pros jump up on the left side and turn to a ball to get out of here. It saves a good, I don't know, 5 to 10 seconds. It's probably something I should work on one of these days before I do my next speed run. Sometimes I open that pink door before I continue, but I'm not going to do it this time because I don't think I can spare the missiles. Now, if I were going for a really hardcore speed run, this would be where I try to get the super missiles, because you can sequence break in this room on the right over here, and get the super missiles way earlier than you're supposed to. But it takes a very precise maneuver, and I'm not sure I have it in me right now to get that maneuver right, so I'm not going to do it. Besides that, this isn't a full speed run. Also, I'm not allowed to use super missiles anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of opening the green door that you need super missiles for. But you know what? I don't mind fighting Spore Spawn. It's okay. Oops, I think I went the wrong way. Damn it. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a power bomb block or a regular bomb block. Honestly, I haven't done that many 100% runs of this game. I've pretty much just done speed runs, so I don't know, like, what's the word? I'm not an expert on where items are located. Well, my wall jumping abilities are still okay. That's good. Alright, here we go. Charge beam is permitted. See, the reason for that is, hold on, get a little bit more. There we go. The reason that the charge beam is permitted, where it was not, hold on. I'm trying to do like 3 things at once, just give me a second. Okay, there we go. What I'm trying to say is, the reason the charge beam is permitted, even though it wasn't in the original Metroid, is because in the original Metroid, you could damage bosses with just regular beams. So, like, regular shots would do damage, right? In this game, that's not the case. Except for that very first statue. Shots work on him, obviously. But every other boss, you have to use the charge beam to hurt them. So that's like a difference, like a mechanical difference from the original Metroid. That you can't use beams by themselves to hurt bosses. So it would be a little bit too much of a handicap to restrict the use of the charge beam. Charge beam is essentially the only way to make beams damage bosses. That's why I'm allowing it. Also allowing missiles, and I should probably bust those out against this guy, because so far he's whooping my butt, and that's it's kind of embarrassing. Spore Spawn is like the chill penguin of Super Metroid. It's like the whelk. You know, you don't want to get beaten up by Spore Spawn. Now, I'm not too sure about damage tables in this game. I don't know like how much damage missiles do compared to like charge beam shots or whatnot. But I'm guessing they do more. So after this, I'm switching to missiles. There we go. I know that super missiles do exactly 5 times as much damage as regular missiles. And I think super missiles are the most powerful weapon in the game overall. But the double plasma beam from the combining the wave and the plasma beams to get that kind of double effect. If you charge that up, I think it might be more powerful than super missiles. But that's the only thing that might be that powerful. There we go, got him. Man, just flubbing my jumps here. And there's the super missile that I'm not allowed to use. So I have to try to remember, do not use the super missile. Even though it's right there, it's very tempting. Don't do it. It's against the rules. This is a Metroid 1 Super Metroid playthrough. I wonder if other people have done this sort of Super Metroid run with just Metroid 1 weapons. Because I looked it up, and I didn't find anything, but I'm sure that there are people that have done this. It's an interesting idea. It's definitely out of the ordinary. I feel like there's something. It's a power bomb door. Oh, okay, there it is. That's what I'm trying to get to. Boom. Excellent. See, if I were doing a full speed run, I wouldn't stop to get this. But right now, I need all the missiles I can get. Also, you're going to see me running past a lot of enemies. You're going to see me taking a lot of hits because the problem is with the weapons that I have, it's going to take a lot of damage to defeat a lot of enemies that I would normally fight. So instead, I'm just going to kind of zip past them as quick as I can. Go ahead and unlock that door since I don't need super missiles. Oh. This is a room that actually had me stumped when I first played the game because I didn't know how to run. You know, I didn't know that you hold down A to run. So I was trying to jump out of the water and I couldn't jump out because I didn't have enough momentum. Definitely caused me some grief. Oh shit. Well, I'm definitely out of practice. I didn't do a Super Metroid run in all of 2019, and I try to play this game once a year, usually in the summertime, but I skipped it in 2019. It's kind of like skipping leg day, you know, so my skills are a little bit atrophied now, but I'm sure I'll manage. Let's see. I like to go around and open this door before I do anything else, because that way I don't have to wait for the enemy to run by. Sorry, very distracted at the moment. There we go. Got the door. Hey, come on, come on, come on, come on. This cat is being very needy. High jump boots. Excellent. Come on. I need for you to sit still. I need for you to be still. Playing Metroid. See, normally at this point you'd have to wait for the guy to path around. I guess it doesn't matter in my case because I keep flubbing the jump, so... Wait, why am I even trying to jump off the wall? I have the high jump boots now. I can just jump straight up. You know why? Because I'm distracted. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, settle down. Yeah, you don't even need the high jump boots to get in here. I usually just wall jump my way up. I don't know why I didn't do it this time. I think this cat wants to say hello. You want to say hello? No? Good? Alright. Oh, gee, I almost used super missiles. So yeah, no Spazer, no super missiles. Might want to get a little bit of extra energy for this fight, because it's going to be tougher than usual. I mean, it's usually a pretty easy fight. It's ouch. Wow, this is actually a real fight. This might be a fun playthrough. Bosses that were formerly easy are now actual fights without the Spazer beam. Yay. There we go. You want to say hello? Quick, say hello. He's looking at me like what am I doing? If this were a true, like, completely Metroid 1 run, I wouldn't get the gravity suit. I would just get the Varia suit, and that would be it for the rest of the game. If this were a true Metroid 1 run, however, it would also probably be incompletable without the gravity suit, or the speed booster, or anything else. Man, I need some missiles. I'm not worried about my energy at all because I'm about to get it all back. Get out of the way. Damn it, you know what? I'm gonna make a quick detour here. You know, it's gonna probably respawn these guys. Damn it. Quick detour because there's an item. Oh, jeez. Okay, so never mind. There was a missile tank over there that I was going to try to grab real quick, since I'm probably not going to be back over here ever. But I need power bombs to get it, so it doesn't matter. Absolutely crucial energy tank right here. Pretty easy to miss too if you don't have Nintendo Power handy. Wait a minute. I think I overshot that a little bit. I think these guys actually warrant a missile. There we go. And here we have the very last item that I ever found in this game. Back when I got 100%. One of the maybe 2 times that I've ever done that. I've told the story of that missile a few times on other videos. How I only had 1 item left to find. Could not find it anywhere. Ended up ordering the Nintendo Power Super Metroid Strategy Guide. Got tired of waiting for it to arrive in the mail, so I found one in a Walmart or something, and looked up where to find the last missile. I just leafed through it until I saw a missile that looked like something I hadn't found already, and I said, ah, that's gotta be it. And then like the next day the guide arrived in the mail, so... So you can actually get the wave beam early if you wall jump up to it, but I'm not going to do that because if I do that, I'll be getting it before I get the ice beam. And in the original Metroid, you got the ice beam first. So I'm going to get the ice beam first, which is the order you're supposed to do it, and that way I'll have the ice beam for the boss fight with Crocomire, and it'll be cool to have like one boss fight where I use the ice beam before I get the wave beam. And then after I get the grappling hook thingamajig from Crocomire, I'll come back and I'll get the wave beam, which is the order that you're supposed to do it in. And then I'll pretty much exclusively use the wave beam for the rest of the game, except when I need to freeze things, like to progress or whatnot. I'll get the ice beam out for the final area, because obviously you have to freeze Metroids to defeat them. But the rest of the game is pretty much going to be the wave beam, including the final boss, most likely. And the final boss is going to be interesting without any powerful weapons, to say the least. I was going to open that door, but I really have to mind my missiles in this playthrough. So I can't fall back on super missiles. This is another room where I got stuck back in the day. Anytime you have to shoot the ceiling to proceed, it's always kind of iffy. A lot of players aren't gonna realize what they're supposed to do. I mean, including myself. The first time I ever played Metroid 2, I got stuck for like a week on this one part where I had to shoot a wall and I didn't even think about it. I was just like, okay, why can't I get past this? Well, it turns out you have to shoot the wall in this one particular spot, and then you can go through it. Yeah, Metroid games can be a little confusing at times. But once you know what you're doing, and you know where to go, and you know where everything is, they're incredibly fun to play. So here's an item that was not in the original Metroid, but that I have to get to proceed through the game. And I'll probably make liberal use of it, just not against enemies, because I want to really stick to using Metroid 1 weapons against the enemies. That's the wrong way. I'm going to go this way. I should probably save at some point, huh? A lot of time when I play this game, I don't even think about saving, because like actually getting killed is it's kind of far from my mind. Doesn't happen too often in this game. Alright, my first upgrade, and the second of the 3 beams that I'm allowed to use. Look at how nice this beam is. Look at that. It's so simple and elegant. Now, most Super Metroid players probably don't even get to see this beam, because it's immediately merged with the Spazer beam. So they only get to see like the ice Spazer, if you will. But yeah, here's the ice beam without Spazer enhancements. I actually prefer it in this form myself. Now, obviously, without the Spazer beam, my shots have a lot less width to them, so it's going to significantly increase the difficulty. Luckily, the wave beam has a nice kind of spread to it, so that'll help. I still think it's very weird that the Spazer beam is the first one that you get in this game. What's up, buddy? Honestly, I probably should have used that energy station on the way back down, just to save a little time, but oh well. Because I'm definitely going to take some hits up here. I'll be okay though. Now this little corridor right here is actually one of the more challenging spots in this game. You can see why. That was weird. I couldn't remember where to bomb. Kind of blanked on that one. I'm being very careful here because I'm afraid of these piranha plant things. They just freak me out. Alright, power bomb. It is okay to use these to progress or to open things. I just can't really use them against enemies. Ah, almost got me. I wonder if it's possible to get... No, I guess not. Never mind. I'm going to go ahead and grab this other power bomb while I'm up here. Ah! Hate this room. It's actually one of my least favorite rooms. Jeez. I mean, this right here is my least favorite room. Definitely. I hate this room with a passion. Having the plants on the ceiling, too, is just like a bit too much. Ah! My god! It bounced me back into the other plant. It's like a new low right there. New low for that room. Yeah, this is why I was saying I should have waited to hit this energy station. Because I could have healed a little bit more if I had done it at this point instead. Sorry, I keep bumping the microphone. How are we doing on time? Looks like we're doing okay. Maybe like, what, a third of the way? Got about a half hour on the clock, I think. Wait, hold on. I want to go up this store right here. There we go. Yeah, the one negative thing about the ice beam is that it's really not very powerful, especially by itself. I really wanted to get the missile in the wall over there. Seems like I never do though. I always miss that one. Might be time to save, actually. What do you think? I think it's time to save, just in case. Just in case things go horribly sideways in this next fight. So yeah, this is when things are going to start getting a little bit difficult. Look at that charged ice shot. It's really nice. This is the kind of thing I had in mind when I thought about this playthrough. Was just being able to see beams in their kind of original state like this and use them against enemies that you don't normally get to use them against. See how it goes. Tell you what, Xander picks the worst possible times to make a ruckus. Just hang on a second, buddy. Should probably break out the missiles for this. Oh, almost got him. Ooh! Oh, really? Really? Accidental super missile use doesn't count. Didn't hit anything. Ah, there we go. Alright, let me let this guy out. Oh, horribly botched that. Boom. Nice little sequence break there that I like. Problem is getting back across kind of sucks, as you can see. Oh, once again, jumped way the hell too early. I'm starting to worry about my missiles a little bit, because I'm going to need a lot of missiles for the final boss. That was my bad. Trying to get too fast for my own good here. Now at this point I'm going to take a little bit of a deviation from the normal speedrun route and get the wave beam and a little bit more energy. Or I'll just fall into this lava pit. I don't know. See, I think I can actually take a shortcut over here. Isn't there like a missile right here? Hold on. Nope, I guess not. I know there's one over here though. Yep, I need every missile I can get. Every last one. You know what? I'm just going to take the long way. Screw it. See those green guys? They drop power bombs. So I made sure to stop and get that one because I don't want to run out of those at an inopportune moment. Yeah, these guys are taking a lot more hits than usual to defeat. Not having the Spazer makes such a huge difference. Alright, that's our second and final beam upgrade. We are now as powerful as you can possibly get in the original Metroid. Now, this is the fusion combined wave plus ice beam. Look at how cool it is. Another beam that most players will never see right here. And that's the last time we'll see it because I am now disabling the ice beam. I'll turn it back on when I need it. For now, it's just wave beam all the way. Hopefully, this will take fewer shots to defeat. Yeah, definitely. Fewer shots to defeat these enemies. This is much better. Wow. This is not bad at all. And it's got that spread as well, which makes it a lot easier to hit the enemies in question. So, big upgrade. Big, huge upgrade. And yet another beam that most Super Metroid players will never actually see. Oh man, really? Did I just fall down? I did just fall down. God damn it. Excuse my French. This enemy up here is just, it's not coming down for some reason. It's just lurking up there waiting to ambush me the second I go up there. Here we go. What? Alright, just bear with me. I don't have to get up there, but it would definitely help if I could. Maybe if I leave the room, it'll reset the enemies, so I'll actually be able to hit them. There we go, that's better. Alright, let's try this again. That was an ordeal. Alright, very nice. Yeah, the wave beam is actually really powerful. Like, by itself. I didn't realize it would be this powerful, actually. So this is basically an energy tank. It's just like a refillable extra tank that you can use when you want to. Alright, that's why I went through all the effort of getting up to this room. That's why I suffered through the ordeal of that previous room. 2 missiles and a reserve tank. Very nice. Now I seem to make sure I don't die on the way out of here. And right now it's not looking so good. So yeah, that was my little detour to collect some items, make things easier for myself. And now I'm going back to our regularly scheduled speed run. Back to this first hallway. Should probably save, but I'm not going to for some reason. Well, too late now. I'll save when I get back to the surface, because I have to go restock my ammo at the ship. And I'll save when I do that. Let's see, are there any really easy to get items that I can grab along the way? Hold on. I swear, every time I start doing something that like requires my attention, this cat starts demanding it. Okay, let's see. Gonna have to use the ice beam for this part. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. Yes, the plants on the ceiling can indeed capture you. So yeah, the weather has officially cleared up on the surface, which means that we've passed the halfway point of the game. Roughly. Roughly. Possibly. Might be a little bit below the halfway point, but close enough. Actually, there's an item up high that I'm going to go ahead and try to get, because I always skip it. This is another one of those really dangerous rooms, and I think you're supposed to actually come back here later when you have better weapons, because these seahorse guys take a lot of hits. Wow, I just lost half my energy getting through this one room. My god, yeah, you're definitely supposed to do this later. Oh well, it's kind of unnecessary too. I didn't really need more power bombs. But it's okay. See if I land right on the ship. Nope. Oh, I undershot it. Look at that. I'm gonna try something real quick here. Actually, you know what? We're gonna take an intermission so I can find out what the deal is with this cat. And when I get back, I'm gonna try a neat little trick that I've just recently learned how to do in this very room. Welcome back to part 2 of the Super Metroid Metroid 1 weapon run, which I really need to come up with a better name for before I upload this. So, as you can see, I've got the wave beam, no enhancements, looking pretty good. I'm going to try to do a neat little trick that I just recently found out about in this room. If this Wii Classic controller will cooperate. Let's see. Yeah, it's a cool little trick. It saves you a few seconds. There we go. And lets you kind of skip this next room while also grabbing this missile. Plus it looks cool. Did I mention that part? Now if you're really, really good, you can skip the next room with the same trick. You just have to be able to open that door on the way. And it's very, very hard to do. I'm just going to play through normally here. I've seen people actually get through this room without even using the grappling beam, just by like timing their jumps perfectly and having just the right amount of momentum. You know what I mean? So, a lot of neat tricks you can do in this area. Alright, so the next fight that we have is Phantoon, who can actually be a little bit tricky, but I've got plenty of missiles, and I think I'll be okay. We'll see though. See, this missile over here is actually good to get before you fight Phantoon, because after the fight, the power comes back on, and all these things in this room actually move. Like the spikes move, the conveyor belts move. So it gets much harder to kind of make your way around after you defeat Phantoon. I don't want to go that way. There's a super missile around here somewhere that I should probably get. Oh wait, no I shouldn't, because I'm not allowed to use super missiles, so. Except on doors, like so. Alright, got plenty of missiles ready for action. Battle Phantoon here. Oh, you might notice that I have 5 more missiles than I did at the end of the previous recording. And the reason for that is that I actually got another missile tank and thought I was recording earlier. Turns out it wasn't actually recording. Don't know what happened. And I saved after I got that missile tank. Like, I got a missile tank, then I went back to the ship, resaved. Whole thing was like 2 minutes. And next thing I know, I found out that it wasn't recording. So yeah, I have 5 more missiles than I did last time. But I assure you that this playthrough is on the up and up. And yeah, we're only missing about 2 minutes of the playthrough. But obviously there's nothing I can do about it now. Super missiles are actually a detriment against this guy, because they cause him to go into this kind of invulnerable mode, where he just like launches attacks at you for a while and you can't hit back. So I'm really not losing anything by holding back on super missiles here. I am taking a lot of damage though, so I'm gonna have to be careful. This is definitely one of the most iconic fights in this game now that I think about it. Super memorable fight here. If you're speedrunning, you can get very unlucky with this guy, where he'll stay invisible for like a really prolonged amount of time. And I'm actually in danger of losing this fight right now. Damn it. Am I gonna lose this fight? It's gonna be so close. It would be really great if this guy could drop some energy. I think I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. I have that reserve tank from earlier. Oh my god! I just looked up and I saw my energy at 0, and it was just like I had a moment where I freaked out. But yeah, the reserve tank saved me. That one reserve tank that I picked up. Really glad I went out of my way to get it. Okay, power's back on. I should really, like, either get to a save point or get an energy tank, like, post-haste. I think this room might be where the super missile is. Yeah, not gonna bother, though. Gonna go right back out. There's a save point over there, not going to save. Gotten in a very bad habit of not saving during this playthrough. Oh man, these guys have a lot of health. Pretty much everything here has a lot of health. And this hallway in particular, you have to fight every single last enemy. Yep, I need some energy, like, really bad. I'm starting to be in the danger zone again here. Alright, never mind. There's a missile over there that I was going to try to get, but not if the game's going to be all bratty about it. It's just like, no, you can't go through here. I'm like, okay, fine, never mind. I didn't want that missile anyway. You know, I should probably fill up on energy in that before I leave. Oh well, it's gone. Should probably get some energy. I'll be okay. I'll just actually play well and not get hit. Or try. Oh man, this room. This is actually a great opportunity to not play well. Because of all the spikes. Woo! We are in trouble right now. Well, things are getting intense. Haven't saved in a while. Really would prefer not to get killed. But hey, this is when it gets fun. Okay, I have to be careful right here. So if that guy hit me, that probably would have been it. Alright, first save in a while. Whew. Okay, now I just have to get to the nearest energy tank without getting hit. Oh jeez. I don't know what that thing was, but it did not look friendly. Oh man, I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. Well, hey. At least I saved. Never said it was a deathless run. Is there any way I can get like a little bit of energy real quick here? Just some enemies I can blast. I mean, these guys don't really drop too much energy. I mean, they're more likely to take your energy, clearly. Oh, hey, there we go. That works. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah, that room is pretty nasty, so... gonna get a little more energy from these guys. Never thought I'd see the day where I had to farm for energy in Super Metroid. I clearly made some mistakes along the way in this playthrough. Is that enough? I don't know. This next room is a real pita. Well, let's hope. God damn it. Excuse my language. There's no good way to get through this room. There's like no safe place. Look at that. There's no safe way to get through this room. Okay, I'm back. I just need to take a minute to kind of chillax and farm a little energy outside this room, kind of collect my thoughts, and let's see if we can get out of this ship in one piece. Yeah, this room is nasty. There's really no good way to get through this room without taking a lot of damage in the process. Wow, my missiles are getting really low. When did that happen? Alright. This room, you want to be very careful. It's yet another room where you can lose a lot of energy if you're not careful. There we go. And I love energy tanks. I love the way they look. Such an appealing icon. You know, you just want to collect them all. Alright. Down we go. I think I've done a pretty good job not using super missiles at all on this run. I think I deserve some props. I'm definitely going to need more energy tanks though, because the last few bosses are going to probably chew me up. I don't know what the hell these things are. Like, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. have to say I'm really enjoying using the wave beam. So I've never had a run like this in Super Metroid where I could really, like, get the full wave beam experience, you know? So this is pretty fun. It's definitely different, that's for sure. I just remembered, you can just roll under all these guys. There we go. This thing is really cool. This kind of warp zone. I mean, it's the closest thing that Metroid has to a warp zone. And it's fun. Oh man, this is another room that's really, really difficult for me for some reason. It's like the harder you try to get out of this quicksand, the harder it is to get out of it. It's just really bizarre physics. I'm actually getting like sore thumbs here. Going pretty hard. It's a pretty intense game. I never get sore thumbs from like any games. I mean, I'm also using the Wii Classic controller, which was not my first choice. I wanted to use the 8-bit Do. Or is it 8-bit Do? I don't know how to pronounce it. Super NES controller. Really wanted to play this game with that. But for some reason the buttons weren't working. Like the D-pad was working, but the buttons weren't. Which has never happened before. Don't know what's going on with it. But after about 20 minutes of trying to get that to work, I ended up just plugging in the Wii and playing Super Metroid on here instead. But yeah, wasn't my first choice. I used to despise this music for some reason. It's like really down music in a game that's generally pretty up. But I don't know, I like it now. I definitely appreciate this music more than I used to. Oh no! Well, that's okay. I'm not allowed to use super missiles anyway. Whatever. That's weird. Is this like an actual dead end? Could sworn there was another missile over here. Oh well. Don't have time to look. Onward. Boss time? Yep, boss time. Oh, I'm whiffing all my shots here. I like this charged wave beam shot. It's very cool. Like the purple, you know. It's another beam that most Super Metroid players have never seen before. Because you just never get to use it normally. Seems pretty powerful too. I can't say I'm having that difficult of a time only using the wave beam. You know, compared to the Spazer. I mean, the Spazer's better, don't get me wrong, but it's really not that huge of a difference so far. Although the last couple bosses are going to be different because you're supposed to have the plasma beam for those guys, and the plasma beam is way stronger than any of the above. I wanted to do a long jump in here, but that's okay. Nothing a few wall jumps won't cure. Alright, these are not Metroids. They look like Metroids, but they're fake. They're fake Metroids. They're actually mechanical, and they do very little damage. Also, you can defeat them with just regular beams, which is pretty much your clue that they're not actually Metroids. Look at that. Who needs to grapple? Who needs grappling? I'll just wall jump my way through everything. Okay, I definitely want to save before I fight the boss. Yeah, this could be a tough boss, because no Spazer, no super missiles, not allowed to use the grappling beam electrocution trick on it. So yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. I mean, the one that I'm really worried about is Ridley, because you really have to have the plasma beam for Ridley. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, this is all new to me, and I haven't seen anyone else do it. Like I said, I'm sure other people have, but I haven't seen it personally, so I don't know how it'll go, is what I'm saying. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these things out, just so that they stop shooting at me. There we go. That should help a little bit. I'm sure I've told the story many times before, but when I first rented this game, this was the boss that did me in. Like, I could not defeat this guy. Must have tried 10 times, just couldn't do it. Honestly, at the moment I can kind of see why. So far, this is really not looking good. Yeah, I think this is a loss. Yep. No, it's not a loss. Managed to get away. But I've hardly done any damage so far. Yeah. This Metroid 1 run might end up being a real challenge, as it turns out. There we go, now we're in a groove. Oh, yep, that's a loss. That's a loss. I think we might have to go to a part 3 for this series. It's a good thing I saved. Yeah, I had a pretty bad start with that one. It took me a really long time to actually get into a groove where I was doing some real damage. We're off to an even worse start this time. I am out of missiles. I'm out of missiles and I'm getting sniped by that wall cannon. Ooh, I got him. I got a hit. Got a hit on him. Oh, but he got me. Damn it. Whew. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could actually get out of his grip without getting hit. That's a first for me. Man, if I had more missiles on hand, this would definitely be more manageable. successfully jumped over him. Damn it. There we go. We're good. We're good. Man, this is just absolutely brutal. Whew. Ouch. I'm just gonna duck for a minute here. Well, that strategy didn't work very well. And I think this one's over. I got free, but it's still over. Oof. Well, this was an interesting run, but I think that might be it. Yeah, winning this particular fight is very difficult when you can't reach into your bag of tricks. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to stock up on missiles a little bit. Because if I could just pummel him with missiles, that might work a little better than trying to hit him with charge shots during the quarter second that I have to do that. Well, this is definitely a slow process. So feel free to fast forward the video. You're not going to miss anything. Just going to be farming missiles at this one door for the foreseeable future. Yep. Just farming some missiles. Just hanging out. Getting some missiles. Shooting fake Metroids. Just a normal guy hanging out, having fun. Hey, this is a good chance to practice my wall jumping. Look at that. Yeah, get a little wall jumping practice in. Alright, 64 missiles. Think that's good? Think that'll make a difference in this fight? Let's hope so. I'm ready to give it another shot. I have to say though, it's kind of nice having Super Metroid be really challenging for a change. You know? This definitely adds a new dimension to the game. Okay, here's my chance. Get him. Yeah, I'm not having much luck hitting him with those charge shots at all. But I can definitely get him with missiles. Jeez. Look at that, I got away. What a great game. Seriously, this game is tremendous because it's so fluid, you know, and I think I might have just lost. It's such a fluid game. You know, you're never really locked into anything. Even something like that, if you fight hard enough, you can get out of it. It's just, yeah. The physics are like unparalleled, to say the least. Ooh, that was a good one. That was a real good one. Did a lot of damage. Oh, jeez. Come on, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him! Another good round, but I'm getting low on, so we need to keep diving. Oh well. I'm getting really low on missiles now. Damn it. Okay. Couple good dive attacks here. Get him with the charge shot. Or not. Okay. And we are out of missiles. We're out of missiles, guys. Boom. Got him. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Ah, damn. Really? 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 We won. I can't believe it. Okay. Whew. That was, like, way too intense. My god. But if that was that hard, how bad's Ridley gonna be? Yeah, if I could stock up on some missiles as I go, that would be great. I don't want to have to farm again. It's so nice to just fly over this room, not have to deal with any of the hassle. Yep, no hassle here. Just gonna fly right through. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm okay. welcome back to part 3. Surprised it's gotten this far of my very unorthodox Super Metroid playthrough. Since I last left you, I farmed up some missiles and super missiles, and the reason for this is because the next fight is against the Golden Chorizo, which is a super tough boss, considering I'm only using the wave beam especially. So the idea here is that if I'm full on missiles and super missiles, his power-ups that he drops, those sphere things that he fires at you, will only drop energy instead of dropping like constant missiles and so forth. So yeah, that's why I went and filled up on everything. Now I just need to get to him without taking any hits and try to outlast him. You know, it's going to take a zillion hits with the wave beam though. Missiles don't do anything against him, and I can't use any other weapons because we're doing a playthrough with only Metroid 1 weapons. If you're just joining us, so that means wave beam, ice beam, and missiles. So it has not been easy, suffice to say. Hold on. Even like regular enemies at this point are becoming pretty challenging. But yeah, the Golden Chorizo is going to be a real ball buster, as they say in Manhattan. Okay. Key is to just get there with as much health as I can. Alright, that'll have to do. Let's go. There's a Super Metroid up there. No, it's not Super Metroid. There's a Super Missile up there. But I will not be getting that Super Missile because I don't need it. And it's not going to be of any help to me. Jeez, I'm off to a terrible start. Wow. I haven't even damaged him once yet. And I'm already down a good fraction of my health. Maybe if I just roll into a ball and hide in the corner like Gandhi, he'll go away. Take a pacifist, non-violent stance on this fight. Whoa, wait a minute. I didn't know you could roll between them like that. Oh, look at that. That's gonna be useful. Alright, when he does this, you want to just get up high and stay out of his way. Might as well grab this. Why not? Can't use it though. Not allowed to use any super missiles on this playthrough. It might look like you can cheese this guy from up there, but you can't. I don't think beam attacks reach him. Or if they do, it still would take forever, because he's pretty much never in position for it. Alright, I'm going to make everybody really dizzy here. So, I apologize for the nausea that I'm probably causing you right now. I'm getting a little queasy myself, watching the screen bounce like this. Jeez, This guy is not letting up. Yeah, my attacks are doing almost no damage as well at this point in the game. This is when you're supposed to have the plasma beam, so everything from this point forward, my weapon is not going to be adequate for at all. Whoa! It's a nice dodge on his part. Very nice. Well played, sir. Alright, I'm taking some pretty bad hits here. Yeah, I could probably stay up here indefinitely if I have to, but I'm waiting for him to fire off some orbs so that I can jump down and get there we go, get my health replenished a little bit. Or not. Doesn't help much if they don't drop any health. Now, as this guy gets darker, it means he's closer to being defeated. The shinier he is, the stronger he is. So, as you can see, he's less gold than he was at the beginning, but I wouldn't say that he's near death yet. I mean, I'm about half health. He's probably about half health too, if I had to guess. This is going to be a lengthy fight. Once he starts to look like the original Chorizo statue, that means that he's pretty much kaput. Almost got that energy. I'm taking too much damage. You cannot trade hits with this guy. You know, it does not work. If you just let one of those things go, it pretty much defeats the whole point of rolling through them for energy, because you're going to take more damage than you're getting back. Man, if this guy is this tough, I don't think Ridley's gonna actually be beatable. Not for me, anyway. Yeah, probably half the times that I hit him, I get hit as well. And that's just not going to go my way. Oh man, if I could just get down there and get that health. Is he regenerating? Because I feel like he's getting shinier. I feel like he's turning gold again. That was a good hit. Man, I don't even think that hit registered. He's moving really fast now, so I think he might be near defeat. Whoa! That was like super lucky right there. My god. Well, my spin jump just kind of stopped working. I think maybe the game is getting tired. That's a new one. I need to get behind him. How is this fight not over? My god. Ooh. Wow. This is really intense. Every so often my spin jump just fails for like no apparent reason. I don't know why. Oh, I got a little bit of health back. My god. And promptly lost it. Couldn't even get a hit on him there. I think he might be almost done. Maybe. Damn. Wow. Welp. That's probably it for tonight. I don't know if this is doable. I mean, it's doable, but I don't know if it's like. Wow. I don't know if it's something I really want to do. This fight takes a very long time. That was like a almost 14-minute fight just now. And I don't even know if I was close to winning. I think I was, but hard to say. So yeah, this was going to be part 3. But I think instead I'm just going to call it here, and I'm going to tack this on to part 2. So this will just be the end of part 2. And maybe I'll do a part 3 and take another stab at this, but I'm not sure at the moment. We'll see. But either way, until next time.